Okay, today we're going to do some skip tracing, kind of skip tracing 101 for Birmingham, Alabama. We are going to start with the subject property of 8337 7th Avenue South in Birmingham. So I already know who owns this property, so we went and looked at the property, and apparently there's some houses next door to it, and we want to find out who the owner is. So I'm just going to do just a quick um, little Google street view here. Let's see who owns these properties next door. There's something in the yard there. So I can also go to Zillow. This is actually better. Okay, this is the subject property, 8337 7th Avenue South. You can come down here to the map. You can to this map, and here's the subject property, so you can actually get the next door properties by clicking on the Zillow link. So we got this one right here. So I'm going to copy and paste this into so I don't need this anymore, into the Citizens Access portal where I just was. We're going to look this one up. This is an actual property. This is owned by Birmingham Land Bank. So think this is the one, if we go back to our Zillow map, this is the one that that was all run down. And so the land bank owns that. So there's no, Jefferson County owns that. So we can't really do anything with that one. So we use that as our, let's go to the other side of that property. And now we've got 8335. I feel like we just looked that up. So come back up here and search again. Okay. Here's the owner. So when I'm first looking at, I'm skip tracing, I'm first looking for information. One of the first things I look at in the tax records is if it's an absentee owner. Well, how do I know if it's an absentee owner? If the property address is different than the mailing address, then we know it's an absentee owner. Okay, so the owner is Wanda Bennett and Russell Lynch Scott, or Russell Lynch, or Russell Scott Lynch. I don't know exactly. So how are we going to go from there? Like, how are we going to now find, we found their mailing address. Well, we can just send them a piece of mail. Okay, we can't go knock on their door because it's a P.O. box. So we can send them a piece of mail, say, hey, I'm sorry, your house is vacant. I'd like to buy your house. Call me at this number. Or we can go to a website I like to use, fastpeoplesearch.com, and we can actually enter the name of the owner. So enter their name. I think it's opposite, Wanda Bennett, and then she's in. We're going to try Trustful first because that'll narrow it down more than Birmingham would, and since the PO box is Trustful. So Wanda Bennett. This could be her. Could be. Might not be. 77 years old. It's the only. Usually, there's way more that it returns. Okay, and then here's the key I'm looking for. Lynch. Okay, so when I'm hearing the tax, I'm a private investigator at this point, right? So Lynch is the last name that checks out with a Wanda Bennett. Wanda Bennett looks like she's 77. She lives in Center Point or in the Center Point area. She has also lived at these other addresses potentially, and this is her current phone number. So at this point, you can call her and cold call her. I've got a separate video I like to use. Brent Daniels was awesome enough to come to Birmingham and speak to our group, and he did a great job of teaching us how to cold call. So if we're cold calling a potential property owner, here's what we say. Here's how we say it. And so use that script. I can link that up in this video. But you can cold call them, you can text them, do a lot of different things. So that's just like this one property. And guess what? It's possible that at 77, she doesn't text. She doesn't answer her phone. This phone number is wrong. It could be a lot of different things. If you wanted to be super stealth, you could actually go to this address and knock on the door. And what I could verify, usually what I'll do is I'll copy and paste this address back into the tax records. Come up here and search and see if this checks out. Here it is. Russell Scott Lynch, Wanda Bennett. Here's where they live. This is their property. It's a class 3, which means they live in it, which means it's owner occupied. It's not assessed very much, so we can actually even go a step further and let's just look at this property in a Google Street View and see what it looks like. Okay. So I have a hard time believing this is from, well, it's from 12 years ago is the last time Google did a Street View. But I still have a hard time believing that this is only appraised at $24,000. That's hard to believe. So anyway, you can go door knocking. If you know, door knocking is not the same as it used to be. You know, back in my 24,000 makes me feel like that it's been torn down and it's a land only. 24,000 does not seem right there at all. But you can go try to go visit the property, try to go door knock if you want to. You can try to call them, try to text them, try to do a lot, send them a piece of mail to the Trustful P.O. Box. You can do a lot of different things. Also, I like to see if, and I forgot to do this. Let me go back. Let me go back and search that subject property. What was it again? Man, all these properties are associated with her. I forgot what the subject property was. It was the East Lake house. Okay. It's this one, 8335. You can go back to this Citizens Access Portal. And I like to click to see if the taxes have been paid, which it doesn't say tax sale on it, so they've probably been paid. And they've redone this website since the last time I've been on it. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for. Deed information that changed hands in 2020. Okay. Tax year for 2025. It looks... Okay, so the deed changed hands in 2020, but it was still owned. They just changed it from Wanda and Ephraim Bennett to Wanda Bennett. And so maybe she got remarried. Maybe it's her son because she's older. Maybe her husband died and she put it in hers and her son's name. But look, they've owned this thing for a long dang time. Okay. It was in Ephraim Bennett's name, then Clifton, then Jane. So it's been in the family for a very long time. And they changed the P.O. Box. So they were at Dew Drive in Trustful before. So this is even another address you can look up and see that they still own 100 Dew Drive. That's funny. I used to live on Dew Drive. So this P.O. Box 151, they've had for a very long time in Trustful. And it's still active. And I don't see anywhere. Usually it says how much the taxes are. It used to. It used to give the if they've been paid every year and who paid them. So look, they bought this then. $337,000. That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Anyway, Wanda Bennett's the owner. And this is interesting. They have the grantor and the grantee. Grantor. I mean, this is who owns it. And this is who sold it to him. In this new deed. So she obviously, she sold it to herself. They're just changing names of the ownership. But go try to find her. Go try to talk to her. Go knock on the door. Text her. Call her. So that's just basic skip tracing. Super basic stuff. You can go to Fast People Search is a great website. Zillow, I like Zillow because of the map. Zillow gives us the address of the properties next to it. So if I want to click on all these properties, I can click on them. I can see the for sales, the for rents, the solds, for rent, what it's rented for. All these things. I like this map, this neighborhood map. So this is basic skip tracing. So there's extra things you can do. You can go to Landmark. There's a website, and I just Google search Jefferson County Landmark, and it comes up. And you just click on name, and you always type the letter D into this space right here for document type. I'm looking for a deed, and I always take away 1965. I change that to more current, like 2020, like just the last 5 years or whatever's applicable. But I don't go all the way back to the 60s. And then I type their name in here. So I can do Bennett, Wanda, submit. So this is all the stuff that's come up. 21, 22. So I want to sort it by date. The most recent thing that came up. And I did it by deeds too. I'm only looking at deeds. So if I took the D away, it would come up with any record. So not just deeds, like a release of mortgage. Judgments are on here. So again, it only goes back. Whoops. Let me do by date. So I can go back and get rid of this 2020 and maybe do 2000 in search. And let's look how far back it goes now. So I got 2001. I've got all these things related to this woman, and it's 4 pages worth of stuff. Hundreds of there's dozens on here. So she's obviously been involved in real estate for a long time. Her and it looks like maybe her husband at one time. So she might have other properties. So this is another thing you can do. You just rabbit trail this thing to death. Go back to Jefferson County Citizens Access Portal and search. You can actually search by name, by owner, and you can search by Bennett Wanda. And look, she even comes up. Look at all this stuff that comes up for her. Look at all this stuff. So this is somebody I would want to talk to and just say, hey, is your house still for sale? She might say, well, which one? Well, are you considering selling any of your houses? She's got a house in Pinson, another one at Eastlake. What's 126? I forgot what 126 is. Is that Pinson? That's Pinson. She's got another one in Pinson. 173. She's got another one in Trustful. Another one in Trustful. So you can keep doing this. You can keep going down this. But this is obviously somebody I would want to talk to. Hey, Miss Bennett, I saw that and she may not even remember when it talked about like she might live in that house in Center Point. She probably doesn't. She probably lives in this house in Trustful. There's a house on Dew Drive and there's a house on Birch Street, both in Trustful. So, hey, Miss Bennett, so you have a property that it appears to be vacant. Are you interested in selling it at this time? And just talk to her. Maybe she's older. Maybe she's looking to get out of the real estate game. This is just one example how you can take one property and just rabbit trail this thing to death. And you can get lost, by the way, too. That's another key point to this, is you can spend hours and hours and hours on the computer and it feels like you're getting something done, but you're really not. You're not getting anything done unless you're actually on the phone with people. So I try to talk to as many people as I can. Make it a goal to talk to 5 brand new people every single day. And hopefully you can get a deal out of it. Go on appointments and get a deal out of it. Okay, hope this helps.